So this just happened. GTA 6 just got delayed again.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Hi,
Unsurprising.
everyone. Grand Theft Auto 6 will now release on Thursday, November 19th. We're sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a long wait, but these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. We want to thank you again for your patience and support. While the wait is a little longer, we are incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonidia and the return to modern-day Vice City. Sincerely, Rockstar Games. And just like that, you heard a whole bunch of every publisher breathe a little sigh of release, and now they're trying to push their games out even fucking earlier now. But that's wild, because that happens to tie in with what we're about to talk about, which is the union stuff. So for those that missed it or don't remember, I believe it was late last week, maybe early this week, a whole bunch of people at Rockstar got fired for what was described as attempting to unionize over Discord. But it appears that might not actually be the case. Rockstar claims it fired dozens of workers last week for leaking company secrets, not trying to unionize. Now, I'm just going to go ahead right now and tell you, I don't fucking believe Rockstar. I actually believe the people that got fired in this one. Last week, Independent Workers Union of Great Britain claimed that Rockstar had fired over 30 staff across the offices in UK and Canada. And just to be clear, I'm not a fan of fucking unions, but regardless, the union alleged last week the employees were fired because they were part of the union's working channel on Discord. Again, that means there must be a Discord skitting, and were either members of the union or attempting to organize a union at Rockstar. In a strongly worded statement, they called Rockstar's move a brazen act of illegal union busting, with its president, Alex Marshall, accusing the company of a calculated attack on workers for organizing a voice and to improve the difficult working conditions. A spokesperson from Rockstar's parent Take-Two denied this, saying the employees were fired for, quote, for gross misconduct and no other reason, but didn't elaborate. Now, Bloomberg has received an update statement from Rockstar in which the company claims the gross misconduct in question revolved around the sharing of company information in a forum that included non-Rockstar staff. Last week, we took action against a small number of individuals who were found to be distributing and discussing confidential information in public forums, a violation of our company's policies, the statement claims. This was in no way related to the people's right to join a union or engage in union activities. The president has seemingly dismissed this explanation, maintaining that it's the union's eyes Rockstar's engaged in union busting. He said that Rockstar was afraid of hard-working staff privately discussing exercising their rights for a fairer workplace and a collective voice. Management are showing they don't care about delays to GTA 6, and that's ironic because this just came out, and they're prioritizing union busting by targeting the very people who make the game. This is the second notable recent incident involving them. Last month, it was said that filing multiple legal actions against Mind's Eye Studio, Builder Rocket Boy. Oh, you wait till you see what we have for them later today as well. We have a great segment for them. An open letter addressed to the studio estimated that a UK majority of 250 to 300 workers at the company have been laid off, and claims that the studio is at fault, saying these layoffs happened because you repeatedly refused to listen to your workforces for years of experience, resulting in one of the worst video game launches this decade. That's in regards to Mind's Eye. So yeah, so that's that stuff right there. So before I go into the next part of all this, just quickly going around, who believes Rockstar and who believes the people that were fired?
I lean more towards Rockstar. Honestly, at this point, it seems I'm just taking it out of the benefit of the doubt that if it is really that confidential information, then just discuss if it was just that, and if it was just discussing the trying to unionize, yeah, they have no grounds. But if they were giving, like I said this last time when we were talking about this, was that if it's confidential, if they're trying to get confidential information provided to non-members in hopes to use that for when they do organize to have Rockstar on the back pedal with whatever information, because it's always an information warfare in regards to unions versus the business owners. So with that, it might I'm kind of leaning more towards believing in Rockstar, but both sides have reasons to lie in this matter. So we can't really there's no we can't really have a conclusive uh, point on this matter until we get real truth behind it. We can't just follow on the he said she said stuff, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it sounds like it's a little bit of both because, like, this isn't the
Yeah.
first time Rockstar's been embroiled in issues when it comes to like company and work culture. But at the same time, we didn't see any leaks. Like, does public forum mean
Right.
just like Discord counts as a public forum technically, right? So couldn't that be like
Yeah.
discussing company secrets in an open forum? The other thing I'm also curious about is maybe they're starting to feel the noose tighten a little bit, that they're not making money, so they're not sure how to report some of their investments to their investors. Because what, Q3 is coming to an end real soon?
I believe so. Yeah, it should be about
Yeah.
Yep.
Like cutting
Record.
that many workers kind of will help boost the what I mean artificially boost what their cash holdings might be or their revenue or whatever. So because they haven't been doing very good for the last few years.
Yeah, I will say one thing too. It, like, at least from my perspective, it really doesn't help the situation when the union board that they're speaking to comes out with a statement saying we don't want to just end at Rockstar. We want to go for all companies, go as far as we can. Like this whole workers of the world unite kind of attitude. Yeah, that really turns me off from supporting that kind of unionization.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to believe it's kind of somewhere in the middle. There's probably some nuance to it. I mean, in our, earlier when we were discussing it on Discord, ironically or coincidentally, I should say, Cream NATO said, right now there's no proof, and they would have to show that all of the employees that were let go did actually, were participating in leaking secrets. And then, of course, like what are those secrets? Again, too. We also don't have sight over what kind of NDAs that Rockstar employees have to sign and what kind of things they have to agree to. And, there may be stipulations that, it goes down to you can't even email on a platform like Gmail about what we're doing with your colleagues. So again, we'd have to see, and we probably won't get any information on this until after the game has already been out for some time, and we'll then get details about it. But Rockstar is definitely one of the companies where it's very rare that you get any substantial leaks about their games. So this could have been even some minor stuff that nobody would care about that they just happen to be talking about outside of, the company network, and they just got caught for that. That could be the extent of it.
The original release date was for spring of next year, right?
May.
Okay.
I think it was May 26th.
Release date. Original was supposed to be out by now.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. The last pushback, though, they pushed it to spring.
May,
Okay.
I agree. It's a mixture of both here. Like Vex brought up, when they say forum, I'm curious what exactly the technology is here. If it's like a bulletin board service, or if it's something like Slack or Discord, or a server or a channel on there. And I know one of the criticisms from the people who are, because Rockstar is saying, like, no, it's this. They were leaking secrets. And then people who are critiquing that are saying, well, it just so happens that all those people were a part of this union movement.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, that makes me wonder what exactly the law is surrounding this, whether like they're like whoever is involved in whatever channel contains all the secrets, they are holding culpable. Or if it's based on like you as an individual said this, you're the one who's in trouble. And it just so happens that, well, everybody who's involved in the union said something that was
hold that forward extra, because that's a good segue. That's a good segue to the next part here. So this is in the past tense now. Fired Rockstar workers protest outside Take-Two's London office. Recently, it was revealed that around 30 Rockstar employees were fired by the company under claims that the workers were participating in leaks and prohibited discussions about development of GTA 6, which again, quite literally just got delayed. Those dismissed by the company insist they were let go because they were unionizing. In a bid to rebel, the UK workers-based union arranged a protest outside Take-Two's office, and it kicked off at 8 a.m. today. So that did actually happen. So there was a bit of a back and forth kerfuffle about this whole situation. It's pretty ironic that we were scheduled to talk about this, and then this massive delay just happens to GTA 6. So with that, what were you going to say extra?
I was just going to say, I happen to think, there was that whole big to-do months ago where Discord was no longer private, where everything you're saying on Discord's monitored to an extent. and Discord has had breaches and leaks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
You know about? I hope you're being sarcastic, Lethal.
Oh, I
All
shouldn't
his
have written all
micro
those slurs.
pictures are
You-
leaked now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an extent where, when
We're never
anything-
getting any sponsorships or anything.
Well, I mean, regardless, that now that I've frightened you, that could have been it, that they just, were talking shop, and that could have been the extent of what they were doing to quote unquote leak. They could have had NDAs so tight that they formed kind of like a off hours group of employees. Cause again, I think most people have formed friendships at work, and, especially that's how Lethal's feeling right now. A lot of people have formed friendships at work, and it's, especially when it comes to people that are gamers, it's pretty common to get groups of people on a Discord. And it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of formed their own Discord, and their sole crime was just talking shop. And the extent of, Rockstar's perspective is nothing you say on Discord's private. If somebody sees this and, regardless of where they work, whether they're with Discord or not, they'll view that data and information as valuable. That could have been the extent of the crime. That could have been the extent of the leak. And they could have not even been talking about anything of merit or value, but Rockstar's perspective is you broke NDA and you technically were leaking information because the people that are running Discord can see it.